All right, good afternoon, everyone. Hold on, we could do a little bit better than that. We're in Essex County. I don't know what they do in those other counties, but up in here, we make some noise. So I'm gonna say that one more time. Good afternoon, everybody. If you are, that's it. Clap it up. There we go. There we go. And not only are we in Essex County, we are in the great city, my city of Newark, New Jersey. Any Newarkers in the building? Is Brick City in the building? All right, all right. So it's an honor and a privilege to celebrate an extraordinary group of people who represent the very best of New Jersey, the very best of Essex, the very best of Newark. I dare say the very best of the United States of America. Hello. And they look like each and every one of you. Turn to your neighbor and say, hello, greatness. Hello, greatness. Because you're looking at greatness up in here. Okay. We have, somebody say, yes, Dimples. I don't know Dimples. Shout out to the Dimples crews in here too. But we have an extraordinary group of honorees, and I just want to, I'll tell you a little bit about each of them in a moment, but let me tell you a little bit about what we're doing in these chambers. As you know, I should introduce myself. My name is Adoria Murray Thomas. I have the honor and privilege of being your county commissioner here in the great county of Essex. And I'm grateful that God took this girl born on a number of blocks, raised in the South Ward and the Central Ward of Newark, to be the youngest woman ever elected to the Essex County Board of Commissioners. And to get here, not by accident or by miracle, but because, like each of us in this room, I had a village. I had a village that looked like some of these coaches that we have from Malcolm X Shabazz, right? I had a village that looked like some of these women from the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I had a village that looked like the Clifton. Listen, the list goes on. I had a village. Turn to your neighbor and say, I had a village. And we know is that when our village shows up for us as young people, as leaders, then greatness is the only option. So without further ado, I'm going to briefly tell you a little bit about each and every one of the organizations that we're honoring today, starting with the Beta Alpha Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated. Followed by them, we will be welcoming none other than Dr. Sanjay Shah of the BAPS Swaminarayan Clifton Mondier. If we give them a round of applause. Followed by the Clinton Hill Action Organization out of the South Ward of Newark, New Jersey. And last, but certainly not least, the Young Brothers of Excellence of the Malcolm X Shabazz High School football team. Can we make some noise for the young people, y'all, who made history this year in more ways than one? And we're going to end by celebrating our young people. Is that all right? Okay. So let's get us started. Can we bring up the young women of the Beta Alpha Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha with Community Service Chair, Ms. Donna Beck, to be our first honoree. Yes, please, thank you. Don't they look so lovely, y'all, in that green and pink? Come on now. All right, so we actually have two incredible organizations of Alpha Kappa Alpha being represented today, and I'll make sure I have Ms. Beck, I have the honor and privilege of not only calling her a partner and a friend and a spiritual warrior, but my mentor, particularly this year as I got ordained as a minister in the Bethany Baptist Church. So it's my honor and privilege to be next to you and to help welcome your incredible organization of women. So let me tell you a little bit about these beautiful ladies in pink and green. The Beta Alpha Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority has launched a groundbreaking community service initiative called Infinity, dedicated to serving grieving women and families, particularly in low-income communities, by providing comfort, resources, and dignity in moments of sorrow. The Infinity Initiative has already demonstrated its commitment to families by collecting and donating infant burial outfits to local hospitals and funeral homes, addressing a critical but often overlooked need for parents who may lack the financial means to prepare for such heartbreaking circumstances. We know that this is a country of extraordinary opportunity, but also of extraordinary inequity as well. And when you look at the maternal health outcomes of Black women, of women of color, the infant mortality rates of Black women and women of color is extremely high, and it's not fair. So we thank God that we have women like these women to step in and stand in the gap for our women who are grieving. In May of 2025, during Mental Health Awareness Month, the Beta Alpha Omega chapter hosted a powerful community program entitled Pregnancy, Infant, and Child Loss, a grief support program at Bethany Baptist Church in Newark, bringing together families, grief counselors, and faith leaders for an afternoon of remembrance, healing, and connection. In October of 2025, during National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, the chapter hand-delivered over 200 handcrafted burial outfits to Newark Beth Israel Medical Center, University Hospital, where I was born, and 5 local funeral homes, along with teddy bears containing recorded heartbeats of critically ill children. Miss Donna Beck, Reverend Dr. Donna Beck to be exact, hello, serves as community service chair of the chapter and championed the Infinity Initiative. She's been an educator for over 25 years, a journalist for 25 years, including how many news outlets, and a whole lot, come on, and a licensed minister at Bethany Baptist Church. She's also a justice ambassador for the Prison Fellowship, a coordinator for Angel Tree, which serves young people of incarcerated parents, and an education chairman for New Jersey Together County Interfaith Advocacy. Ms. Beck, like all of the women of her incredible organization, understands that it takes a village to not only raise a child, but to help a family grieve. And we give the honor and privilege to celebrate you and your entire chapter on today. Thank you. I just want to acknowledge we have Chairwoman Beck will give us her remarks, but I want to acknowledge our phenomenal brother from the Commissioner Board, Mr. Luciano, who's here with us today.
Hi, folks.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Grace, peace, and blessings to each and every one of you. I am deeply honored to receive this recognition from Commissioner Murray, and I accept it on behalf of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Beta Alpha Omega Chapter. We service Newark, Irvington, and Hillside areas, but sometimes we go outside and do what we need to do for people who need us to do what they need us to do. When I envisioned the Infinity Project, I shared it with my president, Annette Harold Big, she is right here. And then she was very supportive, and then I took it to my committee, the Community Service Committee, and then we took it to our chapter. We have nearly 300 members, so you can imagine what the powerful things that we can do in our chapter. And then from there, God just took over. Just very quickly, I want to explain to you how this came about. I teach in Irvington. I've been there for about 25 years, and we had a teacher who was pregnant. She went to give birth, and then her mom called and said, Dr. Beck, I need you to go get my baby. She has no will to live. She lost the baby, and it's been weeks now, and she's just devastated. And so you know what all the adopted aunties do. You know how we do. We pick them up, and we encourage them. We tell them to keep moving. And then after a few weeks, she said, you know, I wasn't prepared to bury my baby. I wasn't prepared, Dr. Beck, to bury my child. And she said the facility that was there gave her a burial outfit. And she says all she keeps thinking about is that she buried her child in a stained outfit. Anyone who knows I'm a big waterhead, I'm just crying hysterically now. And so apparently they get donations, and a lot of times the donations are used donations. And can you just imagine this woman, after the grief of losing her child, all she can remember is that she buried her child in a stained outfit. No woman should have to go through that. And so this is why we're here. This is why we started. Now, the Infinity Project, though, is more than just a service initiative. It is a ministry of compassion. We create and receive donations of new burial garments for infants whose lives end way too soon, reminding grieving families that their child is seen, valued, and loved. But our work does not stop there. As you heard, we also provide grief counseling and emotional support, connecting parents with licensed therapists and church ministers who walk with them through the unimaginable pain of pregnancy or child loss. I want to thank the Commissioner for shining a light on this work, and to our hospitals, funeral homes, counselors, and community partners who help us bring comfort where it is needed most. May we continue to serve with grace, humility, and love, because even the smallest lives deserve dignity, and every family deserves support. You know, and we do a lot of community service individually and as a chapter. And I just want to end with saying, you know, God wired us that way. I like to say that all the time. That's how God wired us, to be of service, to help one another. And so I would just encourage you, not just in this season of love and giving, but forever, for always. Thank you so very much, and God bless.
I just want to say how important this was and impactful it was when Donna brought this idea to us, which was phenomenal, because it allows us to recognize and see the unseen. 2 examples. There was a mother who lost her baby, went in to visit a friend, and felt that the baby wasn't moving, and ultimately lost the baby, had to deliver. They put her in a room, a private room. After a day or so, the nurse came and said, "Oh, we need to move you into another room." They were about to move her into the room, to share a room with another woman who had her baby. Can you say unseen?
Unseen.
Unseen no more. We see you. The second one is of one of the ministers that attended the grief support counseling. And we were talking about, she had lost, was it 2? 2 children. Twins, and we were talking, and she said that, you know, Mother's Day is difficult for her, but not difficult because of her loss, but difficult because she is a mother. She had a baby. Although that baby didn't live, she's still a mother. She will always be a mother. But on Mother's Day, no one recognizes her. Can you say unseen?
Unseen.
Seen no more. Unseen no more. We see you. So there is grave importance to what we do. And with Donna's help, we have tapped in to a community that is unseen and a need that is great. And every day we work to address the people in Newark, Irvington, and Hillside, the community that we've been serving for close to 92 years as the first chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha in the state of New Jersey. And that comes with huge responsibility, right? And respect. But the women here and the rest of the women in our chapter, in the chapter of Beta Alpha Omega, accept that responsibility. And we move forward with sisterliness and with courage and the determination to lead from the front. And we thank you. Oh, and I'm sorry, and I'd like to recognize again our Gamma Zeta member. Gamma Zeta is the first undergraduate chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha in the state of New Jersey, and they're sponsored by Beta Alpha Omega, and this is one of our member representatives. Yes, and also thank you because you partnered with us as we delivered. Yes, so thank you, and thank you. We have our other commissioner, Luciano, is here. Luciano.
Right, stay there.
That was
All right, everybody look like some cheese on it? Three more times. Three more.
they made me mess up the last one.
And for people who may not be familiar with the work of, sororities and fraternities, but particularly of this particular chapter, these are all professional women, right? Who have families, who have work, who have careers, some who may be retired, but these are women who are doing extraordinary things in the community every single day, and they find it not robbery to give back to our community. So we thank you. And to our youngest person in the delegation with us today, shout out to my college girls, yes. Because we know you don't do this work to be seen or to receive flowers or awards. You do it because it needs to be done. But we see you. You are seen as well. And thank you for seeing our community. It is my honor and privilege to bring up our next honoree, who I happen to know primarily through the extraordinary woman, Miss Dimplay, who I've gotten to know quite well over the past several years. But through her, we are actually able to celebrate the entire work of the Baptist Seminarian Sansta congregation in Clifton. We're honoring in particular this incredible human I've gotten to learn more about in preparation for today, Dr. Sanjay Shah. And I just want to bring you all up today as we get to tell the community a little bit about you. So round of applause for our next group of honorees for celebrating their incredible Diwali annual celebration this past year. So allow me to share some details about Dr. Shah and the great work of this particular congregation. So the BAPS, is it BAPS or BAPS? BAPS. I was like, BAPS sounds like a movie. It does not sound like the name of this. Okay. So y'all know that movie. Okay. So the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha is a global Hindu fellowship dedicated to spiritual growth, service, and strengthening family and community values. BAPS believes in developing individuals in every aspect of their lives, from academics to career to personal skill sets and talents, cultural curiosity, affinity, service, and most importantly, spirituality. In its humanitarian services, BAPS connects with people from every corner of the world, responding to real-world challenges with meaningful results. Its efforts include recycling 7 million, y'all, aluminum cans, planting 10 million trees, and providing, that's right, and providing medical treatment to 2.5 million community members globally. Their community involvement includes holding walkathons for over 20 years to helping support communities with over 100 walkathons held in North America. 50,000 walkers have participated with over 100 beneficiary organizations. BAPS holds annual food drives across the country, donating more than 4,500 pounds of food to local shelters and other organizations who are affected by food insecurity. They also host blood drives across North America with over 18,000 individuals impacted. Locally, the Essex County community is served dutifully by the BAPS Mandir in Clifton, led by Dr. Shah and an incredible family and community of leaders, spiritual people, and servant-oriented congregation. And we are so honored to celebrate you this particular year, not only for your work in serving Hindu families throughout Essex County, but also the work that you do in Passaic County, your work there, and particularly your service to people, not just here in New Jersey, but across the world. So thank you.
Thank you so much for the honor. Everyone, good afternoon. Thank you. Honorable Commissioner Maura Thomas, respected commissioners, community leaders, and guests, on behalf of the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha and the BAPS Clifton Mandir, thank you for this profound honor. We accept it with deep humility as we celebrate 25 years of serving the people of Clifton and the surrounding communities. So I think our Honorable Commissioner already introduced to you what we do as an organization. Just to dive a little bit deeper into that, so recently we celebrated Diwali. So the Festival of Lights, which you may commonly know as. Every year, BAPS mandirs around the world illuminate in this sacred celebration with the theme of unity, honoring harmony, compassion, and togetherness. But for BAPS, Diwali is more than a festival. It's a reminder that light must be shared, the light of kindness, of service, of hope. These are the values that guide our work. And on top of that, our humanitarian service is built in a simple yet very powerful principle. When we care for our community, we strengthen our world. So it's truly an honor to speak about our volunteers live this principle every single day, right? Through compassion, selfless service, and a deep commitment to uplifting those around us, no matter what their background is, no matter what their culture is, and no matter what faith they belong to. Across the world, BAPS connects with people from every corner and responds to challenges with meaningful solutions. So from environmental stewardship, as we saw earlier, to medical care, to educational outreach, to refugee relief camps in war-zone countries, our mission extends far beyond the walls of any mandir. It is about improving the quality of life for individuals and strengthening the fabric of entire communities. So having said that, now I would like to invite Dr. Shah to share a few more words on what we really do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Today we are deeply grateful for Essex County and particularly Ms. Murray to have recognized our community services and our cultural heritage. This is really honor. It's truly encourage our volunteers as well as us and entire team. But our Guru always says, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, that in joy of others lies our own. So that what does that mean? Actually, for us, it's real fulfillment. It does not come from the award or recognition, but it comes from the serving others, strengthening our community, and contributing to the well-being of all. This recognition inspires us to do even more for our county and also as well as our nation. On behalf of BAPS Clifton Mandir and our community, we thank you once again for your support and recognition. And we warmly invite you, each one of you, to visit our experience with the beauty, peace, and the unity of Akshardham in Robbinsville. Thank you very much.
As we conclude, I want to say a Sanskrit word that comes from Hindu scripture. It says, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. What it means is, the world is a one big family. Look to your left, look to your right, look behind, look further, look to your neighbor, look to your community, look to the nation, to the world. We are all in together. We are one big family. With unity, there's nothing that we cannot do. Our Guru, our current Guru, Mahant Swami Maharaj says, unity is everything. I'm so honored that I'm here with wonderful people, which Commissioner O'Doran, you have brought all of us together. You have done such a fantastic job honoring all these people and what they do. I want this to continue, not just limited here, but out to every single human being. Then this world would be a lovely place to live. Right. So thank you from behalf of BAPS. You are our family and we are yours. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Jai Swami Narayan.
more round of applause for BAPS, everyone. And as Dimply so beautifully said, we are one big, beautiful family here in Essex, here in New Jersey, and I don't care what they say in other parts of this country, what people saying in certain colored houses. Up in this house, hello. We take care of each other, we support each other, we support our beauty of our differences, and we support our communities who are doing extraordinary things every single day. All right, it is my honor and privilege to bring up our third honoree. They happen to hail from the great, mighty, 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 mighty South Ward. Mighty, 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 mighty South Ward. And you may know them from their community grocery store, from their community fashion activities and celebrations. You may know them for their meal giveaways and helping make sure that people have their lights on and can pay their rent and can have a fun place to be in their community plays all across the South Ward, particularly in Clinton Hill. But it's my honor and privilege to represent them through their formal organization. You may know one of their leaders for having the most beautiful, glorious voice, Miss Renata, who is running through the city and the state fabulously with grace and light and care. You may also know them from my big brother and mentor, Mr. Katim Shirel, who is just like one of the most extraordinary humans and the visionary behind this incredible organization called Clinton Hill Community Action Organization. But tonight we celebrate them entirely, and it's so fitting that right after we celebrate them, we'll close out with another group from the mighty South Ward, the Malcolm X Shabazz football team. But won't you do me a favor in welcoming Miss Renata Whitaker and Mr. Katim Shirel up here on behalf of Clinton Hill Action Network in their program, or rather their length of work is really, really long, but it's so important. I'm gonna try to highlight every single thing. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them. Yay. Okay. So Clinton Hill Action, Community Action, is a nonprofit community development organization that engages residents and partners to revitalize the Clinton Hill neighborhood in the South Ward. They're dedicated to collaborative action and advocacy with residents with a focus on civic engagement, housing, food security, economic empowerment, environment and justice. And I will say that even though they are based in the South Ward of Newark, the work that they are doing is being paid attention to across the nation, across the state. They are comparable to very few, I would dare say none, as far as the level of engagements, the grassroots engagement, and the investment in building people power in our great city of Newark. One of their first steps was convening residents and other neighborhood partners to create a community-driven neighborhood plan, developed through a series of community meetings, porch parties, surveys, and other forms of community engagement. This plan lays out a collective community vision, key priorities, and strategies to achieve that vision and respond to these priorities. One of the essential efforts is preserving the neighborhood, housing, and home ownership. All of us know in New Jersey that rents are going up, mortgages are going up. It's our job, and in fact, there are things that we can do to make sure that the people who helped build this city and built this state can stay here and stay here and stay here well, right? Clinton Hill is at the forefront of addressing these issues, from life to community safety, to preserve equity, and to teach foreclosure prevention for homeowners. Clinton Hill's achievements include completing 116 senior home repair projects, looking out for our seniors, y'all. The development of a housing counseling program, serving hundreds of clients, including many current homeowners. Last year, their housing counselors helped 4 neighborhood homeowners avoid foreclosure. Clinton Hill Community Action is led by people of color, with 95% of the staff being residents of the Clinton Hill neighborhood of the South Ward. Similarly, the board of directors must have 51% of voting members be neighborhood residents, so that the people who are making the decisions are the people most affected by them. Now, Katim Shirel is so the type of leader that understands that to be a good leader, it's not about you, it's about supporting your entire team and the village and the people around you who help make sure that you get this work done. But it would be lost to me if I just didn't recognize you for who you are, not just for me personally, but for Clinton Hill and for our community. And to my good sis Renatha, who is not only just aesthetically so pleasing, always so gorgeous and stunning, but just the heartbeat of this incredible organization. I just cannot imagine our city, our South Ward, and our Clinton Hill without you. So I thank you for helping accept this award on behalf of Clinton Hill Action for the work that you do individually and collectively. And it's just our honor to present you with this commendation on today. One more round of applause for them, everyone.
So when the commissioner came up here and she was so excited to recognize a group from the South Ward, I clearly thought she was talking about the Shabazz football team back there, but feel good to be standing with so many who are doing the good work in the community. What the commissioner really understands is that the county, the city, the state, our country cannot do what needs to be done alone. And the way we create change, the way we create positive improvements in our community is through this, through people coming together, rolling up their sleeves and doing their part. And so Commissioner Adoria Murray-Thomas, I want to thank you for acknowledging that spirit of partnership. Whether that's partnering with young people to ensure that their voices are heard and that we can actually have 16-year-olds who are in high school have a say in their education and actually vote in school board elections, to engaging young girls who have been impacted by violence and helping them turn their lives around, and doing the good work of going around the city and telling folks that, hey guys, you have a county government that serves you, and here are the services and resources that you ought to be taking advantage of if you haven't already. And so while you give me my flowers and give us ours, I do want to give you yours. Just 2 more seconds on Clinton Hill Community Action, and what really means a lot to me is that both Renatha and I are sons and daughters of Newark. And we could have gone anywhere in the world with our education and experience, but we decided to plant our feet in our own community and do something about the ills and the things that we want to see changed in our neighborhood. And so when we started this organization, Renatha was in her living room, I was in my living room, and we were on the phone. And we said we wanted to build an organization that was led by the people who were most impacted, and now we stand tall as a 34-member staff, totaling over $2.5 million in salaries that revolve in our community. So what you see happening is not only change out in the world in terms of what we're doing, but change inside the organization. We have staff members who have become homeowners. We have staff members who have moved out of their mama's house. We have staff members who paid their child support. We have staff members who paid their license registration fees and got their licenses back. We have staff members that are taking advantage of mental health counseling. We have staff members who are transforming themselves so that they can do the good work that they do in the community. And this work could not be possible. Like, I get trotted out to do this and say a few words, but this work could not be possible by the labor, the love, and the dedication of my co-founder and colleague, Renatha Whitaker, who many of you will recognize from the Dr. Oz show as a correspondence. If you don't see her from the Dr. Oz show, you might know that she stole the show at the Lincoln Park Music Festival, not this year, but the year before at the R&B concert. She was on the stage, and who came after you? Nobody remembers. But they remember Renatha Whitaker and the incredible talent that she is, and I am just extremely grateful to have her as a partner in this work, have her as someone who is helping me do what we know what we need to do for ourselves. So Renatha, thank you.
Thank you, Katim. Thank you, Commissioner, for honoring us, Clinton Hill Community Action. The one thing that I wanted to have resonate today is that, like Katim said, we are from Newark, born and raised, right? And we are the ones that we've been waiting for, right? And so when we created the organization, he kept the thing that is making sure that whoever we hire is from the community, right? Because there are great things that come out of Newark, right? And so, you know, while I have background in entertainment, I was on a Dr. Oz show, and I sang with Patti LaBelle last year at Symphony Hall. It is my life's mission to make sure that, guess what? While I'm standing on shoulders, right? Young people in the back, listen to me good. Just as we are great, you can be too. And you can do it right in your community. Right in your community. And so the organization that we started is not for naught, right? It is to better the people that live there so that they can create a future for you and so that you can continue the legacy. And so, you know, while I went to Weekway, okay. I saw you roll your eyes. No, I went to Weekway. Listen, we are all one South Ward, right? And we are all one Newark. And we are the folks that we have been waiting for. So thank you again, Commissioner. We appreciate you for this honor. Thank you, Katim, for taking this journey with me. Well, you know what? That's a lie. Taking the journey with him, okay? Because he's an amazing visionary. He's an amazing executive director and an amazing example of what a young black man can do for himself in the city of Newark. We are what we're looking for. We don't have to go outside and get it. We have what we need right in our city.
And if I could just briefly close and say that tonight we are actually having our 4th annual neighborhood holiday party. So as we stand here as a number of 2, a staff of 34, and a number of partners who we should acknowledge, we annually recognize residents in the community, and this is not just a holiday party, this is a party for the doers. And each year this party has grown where we've had to take it to another location, another location, another location, because more residents in our community are rolling up their sleeves to become a part of the movement, and I invite you to do the same. God bless. On this side. There we go.
Two more. Last one. Thank you much.
Clinton Hill action, everybody. Come on. And how fitting that Katim and Renatha's words were about the community and about lifting as we climb and recognizing on whose shoulders we stand, because our last, but certainly not our least, honoree tonight is a group of young people, a group of young men, beautiful black and brown men from the great city of Newark who have done and are doing extraordinary things, have made history, but more importantly than what they're doing on the field and what they've done on the field is what they've done for the entire community of Shabazz High School, what they've done for the entire community of Newark, representing the best of us and being a model to their family, to their friends, to the little brothers and sisters, to the freshmen and sophomores in the school who are looking up to them about what's possible when you put your head, your heart, and your hand in the right place, not just on the field, but in the classroom and how you treat others and in service. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the young brothers of the Malcolm X Shabazz High School football team, as well as their coaches, their staff. We give a real round of applause for our young people, y'all. That's right. Thank you. Don't they look amazing, y'all? Got the khakis, the quarter zips, the hoodies, everything. We welcome them. We welcome them. We greet them. You see, we are on our feet for you. Absolutely. Some of y'all can stand in the back. Yup. Take up the top row too. We stand for you, young people, because you're not just our future. You're our right now. We're so proud of you. So please fill in the rows. I thought I was tall till I seen y'all. My Lord. We welcome you. We salute you. We are so proud of you. Was it 40? Close to it. We rolling deep, y'all, and for good cause. Yes. Yep. Yep. Fill up the rows. We can get nice and tight up in here. That's right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. These are history makers, y'all. History makers right here from Newark, from the mighty South Ward, from the mighty South Ward, from the great county of Essex, and we celebrate them on today. And we even have our principal. Did Principal Buckman make it out here today? Did Principal Buckman make it out here today? My sister in the work, in the movement, welcome, welcome. We have our coaching staff. We have our athletic director. We have my sister Rafiza. Hey, girl, good to see you. And so we just welcome. There we go. Good to see you. Thank you. So allow me to tell you a little bit about our incredible young people and their meteoric rise this year. That I might just add, the rise was this year, but the work has been happening for quite some time. So the Shabazz Bulldogs football team, led by newly appointed head coach Nasir Gaines. Where you go, Coach Gaines? Good to see you, my brother. Completed an extraordinary 2025 season with a 12-2 overall record. We can make some noise for that, y'all. 12-2, y'all. Advancing to the NJSIAA Group 2 State Championship for the second consecutive year and securing the Section 2 Group 2 title with thrilling victories over Madison and Westwood, y'all. That is major, and we give them congratulations for that. The team's success was driven by standout performances from quarterback Kareem Costin, running back Noah Foxworth, wide receiver and defensive backs Nassim, am I saying that right? Yeah. Nassim Brown, Nasir Richardson, and Raekwon Clark, and linebacker, running back, defensive back Zayden McDonald. Their talent, teamwork, and tenacity electrified the city, I dare say the state, and embodied the spirit of Newark's youth. Coach Gaines, my brother in this work and in this movement, succeeding longtime leader Nas Oliver, brought renewed energy, discipline, and strategic brilliance to the program, inspiring a roster of determined young athletes to rise to the challenge and uphold the proud tradition of Shabazz football. Now, some of y'all know that Southside football, but regardless, come on, we got a Southsider up in here. What we know is that when you come from the mighty South Ward, you do great things, all right? That's right. We want to give a particular shout out to Coach Gaines because I grew up playing basketball, tennis, swimming at the Newark Dolphins at JFK. I never played football. They got flag football now. They ain't had it when I was young. But what I know is that the greatness that you see on the field, just like the greatness you see in the classroom, I'm looking at our incredible Principal Buckman, who I knew from way back, in Speedway days, and just been doing such incredible things at Malcolm X Shabazz High School. We give a round of applause for her. And I think we got some parents and some family here as well. But what we know is that the greatness that we see in our young people on the field, in the classroom, also comes from the adults who pour into them and sometimes give them some tough love to get to where they got to go. So Coach Gaines and his entire team's coaching philosophy emphasizes discipline, mentorship, and opportunity, producing not only winning teams, but standout student athletes, who excel academically and personally. His impact extends beyond the field as he consistently works to recognize and make sure that our young people move throughout their entire community and school with resilience and pride. He's widely recognized as one of the most influential figures in New Jersey football, and we're honored to be under your leadership today. Though the Bulldogs fell short in their final against Camden, we know it's not just about how you finish, it's about how you played the whole time. And so we celebrate them today on what they've done and what they'll continue to do, reflecting the strength, unity, and perseverance of a team determined to honor its legacy and build toward an even brighter future. It's my honor and privilege to introduce Coach Gaines. Then we'll hear from one of the extraordinary players, and if we could have a closing word from our principal. One more round of applause for the Malcolm X Shabazz football team, everyone. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having us down here. We talked about community all day, right? And we thank you guys at the county recognizing these young men on their accomplishments. First off, I would like to thank Noel Colon, our AD, and our affairs leader to our right here, Dr. Atiba Buckman. I started this journey 20 years ago, just volunteering, want to give my time back to the youth, dedicated to the kids. Started with a team out of Newark Pop, one of the Scorpions, and then we ended up branching off and starting the Brick City Lions, a youth program, a national known youth program out of Newark, New Jersey. But that was the start right there. And obviously I wouldn't be here without the men, the coaches, those guys behind me to the left and to the right of me. It's just a team effort, and the teamwork, it made it happen. But the start was in the school 4 years ago. 3 kids that went to the school building that played on the team, and we wanted to change that, right, Dr. Buckman? So we got 5 kids. So now we have 40 kids that actually go to the school. The next thing was, how do we get our student athletes to college, right? So in 2 years of being a part of the football program, we sent 24 kids to school. That's 100% rate. Every kid that's that played football went to school. We have a lot of kids going to school outside of football too. It's just not football. Shabazz is definitely on the rise, big time. So a lot of the kids that you see behind me, some of them might have went to a private school and they're from Newark. They made it their way to come back to the community, to do something big, to give the kids something to look at, to look up to, look forward to. And if you walk through Shabazz, you'll notice how quiet the hallways are. Kids are learning, they're engaged. I love that about the school. And all we're doing is continue to keep building. So a year ago, we sent the kid to Stanford, right? Now we have another kid going to Stanford the year right after. So, that's big. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. If we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it, right? No. This is my first year right here. So, no. Oh, second, 2 kids, yes, ma'am. So if you look at it, right, some of your quote-unquote top schools in the state, they don't do that, right? We're talking about full scholarship, right? So the goal is for these guys to go out, bring it back to our community, right? And I'm just honored to be their coach, be the leader. It's things that I have to work on. I'm going to truly work on to better myself as a man and as a coach, so we can get the job done next year. When she said 12-2, when she said 2, it kind of hurted me because we was preparing to be 13-1, right? And the one thing about this team, right, we played nothing but the top competition game in and game out. So I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the coaches. It's only up from here. But at this time, I want to I want to introduce our Zayden McDonald. This is the kid here that's going to Stanford now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to start off by saying I'm honored and blessed to be here at this program at Malcolm X Shabazz High School. You know, it means a lot to rep this school. And I'm just very excited, you know, just to be able to, you know, go to Stanford and do the things that I'm doing, just to show the youth that it's possible coming from the city of Newark to do these type of things. And it's really just, you could say that it's me and the team, but it's really the staff that Dr. Buckman and that we are around. You know, they do their best to do their job to just make sure that we're doing good as young men in the city of Newark. And we are also going to continue to keep the legacy going, to keep the greatness going in the city of Newark. You just show people in the city of Newark and the kids that kids coming out of Newark and Malcolm X Shabazz that we're good kids as well, and that we can you know, we just want to continue to show that we're good kids as well, and that we can do anything as well, that we can do extraordinary things that's coming out of the city of Newark as well.
Coming up, Dr. B, and then
Okay. I always love it when I just get to come to the mic and I didn't prepare anything. But it's easy to actually speak on behalf and with and for the group that's behind me. But I just wanted to stop a minute and just say congratulations to everyone who was recognized today, right? And I always talk about giving people their flowers when they're alive. So we're all grateful to be a part of this part of history with all of you. So thank you for sharing this moment with us as well. And to the team that's behind me, my life is a ministry, right? And this was ordained way before I even came to be, right? When my grandparents and my other grandparents prayed, and they prayed for all of you, right? And I am standing on answered prayers because they're making it. There's so many students and boys that look like this that don't give this testimony.
Say that.
Right? So the fact that I am a part of this story, I'm grateful to all of you. And to the men that I give a hard time. I don't even think you understand the hard time that I give them. I mean, they don't even have time to lose the game right, win the game right, before I'm sending a text saying what did not go right. You would think, I mean, it's unbelievable, but they take it with grace. And it makes them better. Every single day at the school for 182 days, I always say, or I tell a student, or Mr. Rashid, which is like the voice of Malcolm X Shabazz when it's not Coach Gaines, he says, good, better, best, never let it rest until your good is better and your better is your best. And I make every student recite it before they graduate. So on their exit interview, I always say, what's the mantra? And what does it mean? Because I want them to know when they're looking in the mirror that the only person you're ever competing against is you. And the only person you will ever really disappoint is yourself, because you can't run away from yourself. Right? Because you see you in the mirror, regardless of what other people think. So in this moment, I'm going to continue to say, and you know, Zayden, you're going to have to do your exit interview before everyone else because you're leaving. The 22nd will be your last day, right? Until you go off to Stanford. I'm so proud of the work that you guys are doing, and not because of the wins and the losses, even though I didn't feel like that day. Didn't feel like that day last week. But in this moment, I am actually so proud, and I'm so proud of how you stood up and how you still represent our school, and more importantly, our city. The day that we went to Rutgers, we were ambassadors of the city of Newark, and there were high schools that were there from the city of Newark that were backing us, and it wasn't Malcolm X Shabazz, and it wasn't the South Ward, it was the city of Newark that we represented, and you did that well. So I acknowledge and I'm proud of you guys. And again, thank you for thinking about us and recognizing us. We appreciate you. Thank you.
So, Commissioner, we brought our championship shirts for you. So we 3-time sectionals champs. Hold on. Oh, wait. Shout out to the lady from Weekway, too. This is the first year we actually beat Weekway on Thanksgiving.
I don't know if I can. My head is big, but can we give a round of applause to the team, y'all? And I want to share this, and this goes for every single awardee and honoree we have in this evening. Actually, real quick, before I say that, Dr. Buckman closed on saying that she wanted to thank the city of Newark. And it would be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that the city of Newark is literally how we got these young men here with us today. We were texting Dr. Buckman a couple of days ago trying to figure it out, same with Coach Gaines. And I was like, look, we're going to find a way to get these boys here. Because I know from being on the school board, and anyone knows here working in the district, it takes some weeks, months even, to coordinate getting a bus from the district. Even if it's down the street, we're not far from Shabazz. But it's a whole process. And so by the grace of God, we reached out to Council President Crump of the city of Newark. We reached out to the Mayor Baraka's chief of staff, Amiri Baraka, and we were able to get these young people here, y'all, today. They left school early. They had a long day in class. They got to be in class early. I know the staff know. They got to be at the school early. They made their way here. And if it had not been for our city, Chief of Staff Minnie Baraka, Council President Crump, and of course the support and coordination from Dr. Buckman and Principal and Coach Gaines, we wouldn't be here. I should say this. Every single honoree and awardee today, from Malcolm X Shabazz, from the women of Alpha Sorority Incorporated, to the folks of Clinton Hill Action, to the BAPS and Clifton Mondier, we are honored and privileged to submit you all in the history of Essex County, in the archive of the second largest county in the great state of New Jersey, and the largest city in the great state of New Jersey. Not just for what you do, but for who you are. And so when you get these plaques and these letters that our young people will receive years from now, when people are looking up your name, because they will be, they'll be looking up each and every one of your names. And they're gonna be like, well, how did people remember them? How were they known? They'll see your name in the archives of history for who you are and what you do. So with that, we say congratulations to our last and certainly not our least honoree, the young men and the coaches and the principal of Malcolm X Shabazz High School for being history makers on and off the field. And when I get home, I'm gonna take this ponytail down, put my shirt on, and post it, because I'm gonna be able to feel like one of the champions because I'm messing with them, all right? Round of applause for them, everyone. Thank you. All right. So we're gonna take a quick photo, folks, and then at the end, we have our phenomenal photographer, Lloyd, who will be welcoming folks to come and take pictures as well with your family or your friends as we celebrate and commend this moment in history. Thank you.
Only the women are smiling. But no, I see some smiles.
Look like cheese on it, please.
I see some smiles. Nice.
And I just want to say real quick, to Zayden and to every single one of you who are going off into college, community, and career, know that this room and every room, a person attached to this room is your village. Your love and support does not end this year. It does not end with this history that you made. We got you. We support you. Make sure you know that we are going to be praying for you and literally there for you as you need us, okay? Congratulations again to our champions, everyone. All right. Well, thank you all. We welcome you to take some photos with our photographer. We have a meeting here at 5 p.m. in this particular chamber, so we'll start clearing out this chambers in just a few. If you want to take some photos, we can take some in the hall. We can take some here as well, and we are so, so grateful. Yeah, so we'll take our photos in the hall, absolutely. It's nice, right? So, thank you. And I recognize you from Instagram on the Soul Day when I was talking to the kids. I love what you said to them. You were like, look, we not rivals, but at the end of the day, yeah, we not enemies. That was good. I recognize that. Thank you for your word. Thank y'all.